as
He
everybody.
waved. I think he heard us. You're watching. We're watching him. He's watching us.
Yeah, we're waiting for that initial AOS for that engineering checkout, and that team in the Mission Director Center there at 836 at Vandenberg Space Force Base, I know is excited to see this deployment also.
Yeah, and he's in that first row. He's joined by some more spacecraft team members, as well as from some leadership at JPL. So really glad to just see the whole team there, waiting for again this important milestone. Again, we have this 5-minute or this 3-minute pass with this ground station. So anywhere in this time, if we're able to get a hi, hello, quick acquisition of signal, that would be a great sign for the team. And then those subsequent passes over different ground stations, again, Norway as well as Antarctica, or no, Alaska, Fairbanks, Alaska, will give them an opportunity to get even more information and more data from the spacecraft.
Beautiful views from second stage there. Second stage performed very well tonight. Still continuing its mission with that second burn. We still have punch on board, and things looking great there as second stage continues to coast.
Yeah, Mick, some of my favorite things about launch is really the views from space that you don't get to see from down here, but we get to see it from the spacecraft out in space during these missions. And these were some incredible views tonight.
Yeah, it really puts into perspective, what we're doing here. We are sending spacecraft that do incredible science out into an orbit around the Earth, and all the data that's collected. This is science that touches all different kinds of disciplines. Specifically for SphereX, right? It's again, just being able to see and map our universe in a way that we've never done it before. It's going to really answer some of astrophysics' biggest questions. And then for Punch, studying our sun and understanding how it can affect us in terms of space weather, comms going down, telecommunications, satellites, things like that, all affected by space weather. So Punch is really going to help us understand how to better predict when space weather might affect us.
And it looked like we did lose acquisition of signal from the second stage, but the mission isn't over yet. Falcon 9 second stage is still carrying NASA's Punch mission, 4 satellites that will study our sun's corona. And those will start deploying around 52 minutes after launch. So be sure to stick around for that just a few minutes from now.
Thank you so much, Megan, Mick, and Jesse. And Farah, what is next for SphereX?
So, of course, we would have liked to hear it from it right now, but this, it's a very short pass, as you heard, and so the SphereX is continuing to orbit around the Earth. It's getting itself into the right configuration. It's going to go over another ground station called Svalbard up in Norway in about 40 minutes, so we'll hopefully hear from it then. And so we'll be anxiously waiting to hear from her and to tell us that she's doing well in space.
Well, thank you so much for that update, Farah. And joining us now is project scientist Olivier Doré. Olivier, thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure.
So Olivier, tell us, SphereX is taking a 3D map of the universe, right? How and why is it doing that?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Thanks, Farah. And this question is really at the core of SphereX mission goals and also its design. So let me start with the why, and to explain you the why, I will use this crystal ball here. And don't worry, I'll use a crystal ball to explain the past and not to predict the future. So, but if you look closely at this crystal ball here, what you see inside, you see all kind of small filamentary structures, elongated structures that connect and intersect, some kind of 3-dimensional spider web. So this turned out to be a really good visualization or representation of how galaxies are distributed throughout the universe. And in fact, we call that the cosmic web. So what SphereX wants to do is make a 3-dimensional map of the cosmic web over the whole sky. And the reason we want to do that is simply the fact that by making this map of the cosmic web over the whole sky, we can get very unique insight about the very first moment of the universe, when the universe was only a fraction of a second old. So that's really what we want to do. And so to get to the first part of your question, the how, so that we will do that by really mapping the whole sky in 102 colors. And So why do we want to use colors? It's very simple. So if you look at the sky, you take a picture, you will see you know exactly where stars and galaxies are. But if you want to know how far they are from you, if you really want to measure the third dimension, you need to use a color information. By using colors, you can really tell how far a galaxy is from. You can really tell the distance between you and a galaxy. And so you can construct, if you map the whole sky with these 102 colors, you can really construct a whole sky, three-dimensional map of the cosmic web. And that's really what we want to do.
You know, and how does SphereX use color when mapping?
Right. So